Guys, today we are here with Kristof Lindner from Germany, a guy that I had the privilege to meet at the bar in a very important conference through a common friend, and we were talking together, and I just discovered he's like one of the amazing guys you're gonna see by this interview, and he generously is giving some time to share about some secrets and some story on how he came to be one of, like a very high achiever in this market. Hi Kristof, how are you doing?
Hi Ricky, very well. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
Yes, well, you're welcome. Thank you actually for the time. And Kristof, you live in Germany, right?
Yes.
And you're German.
I am German.
Yeah, where do you live there?
I live in Cologne. That's if you take the map of Germany, that's in the west and middle height.
Nice. And can you tell a little bit about yourself so that people understand a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, sure, of course. I studied chemistry and I lived a totally normal life. I had a 9-to-5 job, or more, let's say 8-to-6 job, where I worked 60 hours a week at least. I was working as some kind of chemist in an engineering company. Yes, I had a normal life, and I somehow had the feeling that is not all. That is not everything that life can offer to me.
Okay.
And I somehow stumbled into internet marketing then. Back then, actually, I stumbled across the book W Dating from David D'Angelo, who's now, it was a pen name. It's actually Eben Pagan who wrote that book. That was 2006.
Okay, yes.
And the book was, at that point in my life, very interesting for me. It helped me out, and it got me into this whole world of personal development, of what to do with your life thinking.
Yes.
It got me into that. And I was fascinated by one thing, by the book, and by all the opportunities that it offered to me to change my life and create my own world, as well as the marketing of this great product. Because I remember myself...
I feel like reading the book right now.
It's a great book. I can totally recommend it.
Yeah.
And I remember myself when I was about to buy this book, I at this strange website where you had only this little opt-in page. I saw the opt-in page, and I gave them my email address, and I still wasn't sure, like, this is so new, I've never seen a website like that. They will screw me up, I'm totally sure. If I will ever give my credit card information to them, I will be lost forever.
Yeah? Yes.
But I dared to do that, and I actually was overwhelmed by what kind of good content they had for me.
Yes.
And I really thought that book was so helpful for me. I want to do that I want to do that in German for Germans in the German-speaking market.
Wow.
And I flew out to that person, to Eben Pagan, who actually created that product.
You read the book, you're blown away.
Yes.
You doubled your dating.
I doubled my dating back then. I'm engaged now.
And you say, this message is great. I tell you what, I'm going to fly out to the US.
Yeah.
And you went up to meet Eben.
Yeah, I actually collected all my money to fly out to this one seminar in 2007, to the Get Altitude seminar that he was hosting.
Get Altitude?
I've been there.
Wow, nice man. It's like a legendary seminar, actually.
And I flew out there. I just calculated that's all the money I have right now, and I got extra holiday for that. Also, I had to ask my company if I can get unpaid holiday for that, but I got that. Flew out there. Told him the idea that I want to translate his book and do what he does in Germany. And he said, sure, Kristof, just go for it, try it out. And I did, and I worked for half a year because... did he actually mean just try it out, or did he actually mean you can license the thing for me? How was it? It was about, like, we were thinking about a license contract from the beginning. This was also the idea that I told him. I want to do some kind of license contract with you. And he said, okay. But then he was also super fair, because he said, okay, just try it out at first. Go with all the translation and sell a couple of ebooks where you don't have to pay anything yet. Because you have to give in all your energy now and time and resources. And then if that worked out, then we will sign something more secure, some license contract to go on with the project.
Wow, and Kristof, this is great, because most of the people, they just think about knocking out. They're just thinking about copying the itself, and you thought a step further. You actually talked to him and say, no, can I license? And that happens a lot in Brazil. There's great American products out there, and instead of just going, why not taking opportunity to license. But yeah, keep going.
I sometimes say
this
that
is actually a very interesting
I sometimes
story.
say that I'm the only stupid guy who pays for copying the stuff. But then on the other hand, it turned out to be very good for me because sometimes if you just copy something from a website, you can't look behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on behind there. And actually what people tend to do a lot is they see something that works and they think, yeah, it works nice, so I want to do something similar to that. But I'm very sure that this little thing, that's not right. I can do it much better.
Yes.
And that most often, very often, that it's just like that thing that because they don't understand why that element is that way
Yes.
on that web page or in their product, it's actually just the reason why their version of it doesn't work so well.
Yes.
There's the saying of Eben Pagan that is, it may look easy, but don't let that fool you.
It may look easy, but don't let that fool you.
Sometimes,
and I tell you what, I'm gonna. Every time I write a post, I put a quote.
Yeah.
And from now on, I'm gonna dedicate a post to that. It may look easy, but let that not fool you. Yes, nice.
Yes. Because especially back then, like you had all these web pages that were huge and big, and we were talking about the company, how cool it is. And then there was this special web page where you had only this opt-in, and not much around it, not even a big design and stuff.
Yes.
And people tend to think, yeah, but their website doesn't look good. I need to have a design. I need to have pictures everywhere and banners everywhere. But then actually, that's why they actually fail. That's why they miss out. And me having this license deal, I actually made a couple of those mistakes too. I thought I can do it better and improved a couple of stuff. And then also what I was thinking is that the US market is a little different than the German market, and I have to adapt and change things to the German market because Germans are different. They don't like that hype marketing that US people like. But it actually what turned out is that I have to admit, most of the ideas I had didn't work better than the original version, than just the version that works in the US market.
I have the same feeling as well. Sometimes we think, oh, Brazil, I have the feeling because I bring products to Brazil, and sometimes we say, oh, Brazilians are these, Brazilians are that. And for example, I had a big objection of offering guarantees because people thought that a lot of people would fool me and should buy my products, consume it, and ask for the guarantee. And you have all these preconceptions, but at the end of the day, they're human beings, and in the most essence, And it's nice to have another guy in another country saying the same thing because
I couldn't agree more.
Germans are so different than Brazilians, right? But at
they
the end
seem
of
to. But then the buttons we have that you have to press to make a German buy something are actually very, very similar to the buttons you have to press for a Brazilian or a US citizen to buy something.
So nice to hear.
We thought actually a lot that in Germany, all this marketing with all the scarcity element, that only this type of seats available or only this thing available and all these kind of things, we thought this is not what Germans like. Germans like to have the bullets, they have to have a nice description of the product, what it's in there, and
be
then
able
that
to
will
buy
sell.
whatever they want.
Yeah. But it's not true. Germans have an emotional trigger to buy something just as much as US people have.
This is great.
And they want to have an emotional story. It's actually, like, for example, with that example, it's actually much better for a German also, if you want to sell him something, to give him a nice feeling about the sale and delete or get all the reasons why he doesn't want to buy it.
The objections,
put them away. Put all the objections away because people want to buy from you. They just have some reasons in your mind why they don't want to buy from you. And actually don't tell them too much about the product. Just tell them what their solution or what the end effect will be when they will buy your product, and make them go into the feeling how they will feel after they purchase the product and how the problem is gone away and all this kind of stuff. That makes Germans buy stuff as well as US people.
It's interesting. What he's telling right now is what I call, you talk about the transformation that they're going to have it through, rather than just how exactly, but it's the end result. This is great. But hey, you went there and you licensed the deal with Eben, and then you went up and you sold some stuff. How did it go?
The interesting thing was, I had somehow the dream that whenever I'm out with my product and the website is set up and I have the payment processing and I have all the emails ready and everything, I will be just like the millionaire and it's done. I can stop working from that moment on. And what happened is, I remember I was out, actually because I did it part-time from my original job. I was for my old company, I was out in France.
You were still a chemist there?
I still worked half-time as a chemist my company. And that company sent me to France to a customer. And I was there in my hotel. And just the morning before, I had my website up and I sent out an email in a forum or a post in a forum where people that like dating gather. And after that, I checked my stats and I sold the first day when everything was ready and finished and done. I sold 2 copies.
Two copies of Double Your Dating.
I made 40 euros.
Wow.
And I thought it was like a very strange moment because the first feeling was great. This day I didn't do anything for it and I made money. That was so awesome. I just felt the power of it. Yeah? You set something up and then all the money incoming and stuff is automated. Yeah?
Yes.
You don't have to do anything with it anymore.
Yes.
And then on the other hand, I said, oh my God, I worked half a year for it and I got 40 euro now. That's not a very good pay per hour.
No, not at all. And how did you...
The whole game starts then, actually. I changed my mind and I realized, okay, reality is that way, that once you have your product and you have everything set up and you have the process that people can buy your product, then the real game starts because the game is played at marketing. And then I got to know all my competitors, which is actually the good thing about our business is that they are not competitors. They have just your customers that want to buy your product. And I made deals with them that they tell about my product. They tell their list about my product. And so we got all this endorsed marketing deals and that went well. And then I got this one tip also from a friend I met in America and he told me to make Facebook ads. And back then Facebook ads were just great. We had like thousands of visitors a day from Facebook back then. Me with my little site that actually my site back then was literally 4 pages, not more. I had the squeeze page.
Yes.
Then I had actually this thing that the sales letter was 2 pages. You had to click one time to get the rest of the sales page.
Okay.
And then I had the thank you page.
Do you still use that?
That's it.
Sales letter?
No, we haven't used it because we made it even easier. We just have 1 page now at the front with a video on it.
So use
that
video,
doubled
right?
our converting.
Nice,
our conversion.
So video is beating written sales copy.
Little side note, we do all this Camtasia videos that we do, and our test was that, especially with the W Dating project, we did that. I just spoke what was written on the sales letter. I just spoke it into an audio track, combined that audio track with this Camtasia ScreenFlow presentation, and that doubled our conversion. It doubled.
Amazing. Yes.
Very nice technique and not too difficult once you've done it once.
And how big did it become? I mean, how many years out? How is Double Your Dating? I mean, are you just selling the book or you're doing more back-end sales?
We have around like 30, 40 products now. Just our W Dating project, which is one license or one project that I have now. There we have maybe, let's say, 10 products or so. So we have upsell video courses. We took the video courses, subtitled them. And then our big breakthrough was actually, although like I could pay me a little salary from the W Dating already, the big breakthrough came when we did our first fitness deal. And actually our fitness branch is a little bigger even than the dating branch.
Wow, so here's the thing. You went there, you licensed, you actually interesting, but you learned marketing.
Yes.
Without having to, make your own product. I mean, you had to still to do some work to translate it.
Yes.
And
it was beautiful.
Did you translate it yourself, or?
The first ebook I translated myself, and this very bad translation actually, because my translation wasn't very good. There were like spelling mistakes in it, and
tell me about spelling mistakes.
But I just had to push through. Like I always wanted to make a better version of it and have someone correct and everything. But we were just like so busy with all the marketing that just now we created actually the second version of it. But all the others, of course, then we figured out, okay, you can give it to a translator and he can translate it in 3 weeks for, I don't know, 1,000 euros or 500 euros, which is much better than doing it yourself in the evenings and around the job you have.
And then you translated it and then you learned marketing and then you say, hey, I'm going to explore another niche, and then you went to fitness.
Yeah.
And that's when it actually exploded. I mean,
with the fitness product, like in the back 2009, we had this one little product that took off and we had one big affiliate promoting it, and we sold at the best time in January, only for this little product, we sold consistently over 7 days over 1,100 copies of the front end book. So that's 1,100 times $30. We made like $35,000 each day. A day. That was really nice.
That's better than the $40.
That was better than the 40 euro.
Yeah, but you know, that
It
was the
definitely
start,
was.
right?
Yes.
That's when you saw it was possible. There's a lot of
then
people.
From then on, we took over more projects. We did a couple of other fitness license deals. We had our own fitness product also with a
info
German
products?
partner. All info products.
So all your, from dating to fitness right now is based on info products that actually, this product that you created as well, or you did the same thing as you licensed a product?
The fitness was also a licensed product from America.
So you went to America, saw a product. Can you actually
cool thing
is
was-
it something that you can name the product?
It was the German version of fat burning furnace back then in 2009, which was a huge success in Germany.
Fat burning
Furnace by Rob Poulos. We did that.
Okay, so
We did that. And now
you went
our
there
best
to talk
product
to
is
him as well and say, hey, I'm going to license the same
cool
model?
thing was actually I got to know the first fitness guy that was Vince Del Monte back then at the Get Altitude seminar. He was actually one of the participants there too.
Okay, so it's like the effect of being live.
And then he told all his buddies that, I have this German partner that actually makes money and it's super easy and lovely to work with him. And then he connected me with all the other fitness guys.
Wow.
And then they were really we had so many offers to do fitness deals. We were at first we did all of them, and now we're more selective too. We only want to have the big products anymore. I guess.
Cherry picking, right?
Yes.
Of course.
We were lucky to be more picky.
Yes, that's good. And would you? Can you share how big is your business today? After
I have two business now. We saw last year, pure products. We sold around 3.5 million for
which currency? Euros or dollars?
Euros,
which is $1 billion. No, just
at
kidding.
least.
Yes.
And then I started another company that's called Affiliate Bank. That's something like ClickBank in Germany, and we have there also with transactions now in the amount of 6 million that we pushed through the system.
So basically, you went there, you went going, you got the formula, and you kind of did what I kind of did, right? It's kind of, you had one successful company, then you push another one, then you push another one until
our stories are very similar.
Yes, that's very good. That's very good. And you went for Germany, I went for Brazil.
Yes.
And now you went there and you started sort of a ClickBank in Germany, which is called Affiliate Bank. And in terms of sales, you guys did 6 million, right?
Yes.
And then you had commission. Turnover.
And it's still beta phase. We're not even out there yet with a platform where you can register. It's only my friends and my company
it's
going
just
through
your
that platform.
personal contacts.
Yeah, because that is pretty
bad
tough.
Friends, right? Selling 6 million.
That's some serious business we're doing there. Yeah, a lot of work.
Cool. But now I know your time is very, and you have to do some stuff as well. So, looking at the people right there that is actually starting up right now. So, if you were to put in yourself in their shoes, what would you say to them? What do you think that are a good tip that you can give them right now? That
I have
help,
an inner.
you think that it will help him because you did it, right?
Yeah, I have an inner technique, an inner game technique, and an outer game technique. It's a little bit like what Eben Pagan said once. It's the inner game technique is something. Two things actually. Don't think that you will work for something and then there will be this one big payday one day where you will get, I don't know how much money you want to have, this 1 million euro and then you're done and you never work again. It's not going to work that way. Try to earn your first 50 euros a month, a week, or whatever time you want to be counted there. And then when you make 50 euro, try to scale that up and make 100 euro, make 200 euro, and do it step by step and stay with it consistently. The other inner game technique I want to share is don't think about selling this one product at that one day for 1 million, so you can have 1 million euro and you only spend 10 euro to create it. But think about that you can create a value of maybe 1,000 euros and give it to people for maybe 100 euros. That you over deliver a lot and just find more people to buy it. And if you really have nothing at the moment and you are starting out right away, do affiliate marketing. Go to an affiliate marketplace like ClickBank, look for a product, and get money with the commission you can earn for creating a sale on that platform. And if you have a product, go to other people who have email lists that have people on their list that are interested in the subject that your product is about, and tell them, I'll give you 75% of the sales revenue if you send out an email with information about my product and make sales for it.
Wow, 75.
I would go very high because then he will promote your product instead of any other product.
I see, of course. Yeah. So thank you very much, Kristof, for the generosity, and I want to acknowledge you for going there and making it happen. You know, like a lot of people it's not easy to, you know, to put yourself on the line, to put your job on the line, and I would call yourself unreasonable. You know, like in Brazil we have some guys, an expression called sangue no olho, which means being unreasonable. You were there, you got the money. It looks like you were not rich at the time, right? And you got the money and you went there, you flew to the States, and things feels like you're an unstoppable entrepreneur. And I'm glad to be able to speak to you and to have you speak to the people of the Inside the Digital as well.
Thank you very much. Very good. Nice meeting.
Nice meeting you.